Well, thank you for joining me. This is Kati Whitledge with the Beyond the Technique podcast. It's Thursday, which means it's you and me. Here's the topic. What are you known for? We are going to talk all things branding today. It's so interesting. I love marketing, branding, sales, all of that creative category. Branding isn't just your logo or the aesthetic of your business. It's the consistent reputation, experience, feeling, and message people associate with your business. So let me ask you this question. If 100 people were asked, hey, how would you describe this salon or spa? What would they say about your business? What would their answer be? Would you, out of the 100 people, get a consistent or fairly consistent across the board answer to that question? Would they describe your culture, your service standards, your vibe, your expertise, or would every answer be different? Branding is happening, you guys, whether we know it or not, whether we feel like it's intentional or not. Today, we want to really focus on making it intentional. So, your brand is your reputation repeated consistently. Here's what a strong brand has. A strong brand creates trust, attracts aligned clients. Do you remember the Groupon days? What kind of clients were you attracting with Groupon? Maybe not the ones that value doing business with you long term. A strong brand attracts aligned team members, increases loyalty, and a strong brand helps you stand out without competing on price. Gone are the days of Groupon, or at least I hope. Maybe it's still a thing. I don't know. A weak brand confuses people. There isn't a consistency. It's like a couple people here are cool, but I don't. It's like it's confusing. A weak brand attracts inconsistent clientele. It creates unstable culture within and it makes marketing much harder. I once heard that great marketing will put a bad business out of business quicker. So let's talk about how your brand is your reputation. It's the feeling people get when they hear your business name. Think about the places you shop the most and that you love. Think about the brand. What would you say? So I bring up Trader Joe's. People love Trader Joe's. If you have a Trader Joe's near you, you know it. People love it. They're obsessed. It's a very top USA brand. When you think of Trader Joe's, what are the things you think of? Now, I'm sure that if we asked 100 people who love Trader Joe's, what do you love about Trader Joe's? All 100 would have pretty similar things to say about that company. Is that the same for your salon or spa? The experience that people repeatedly have is what makes your brand. It's the standards people associate with you, the emotion connection tied to your business, what people say when you're not in the room. Now, the emotion part is so interesting. If you have a spa, especially, like, are people saying, "Gosh, the vibe there is so zen," and they have all these, exceptional things. They thought of every little thing. So when I go there, I actually can fully release, be unplugged, and escape the hard stuff of reality in a very healthy, positive way. Like, that would be a dream come true to have people look at your spa that way. So basically, what are people saying about your business when you're not in the room to control that narrative? So, examples, this salon is luxury. It could be people saying, that salon always runs behind, or they specialize in transformations. They might say, this spa is so peaceful. Their team is incredibly educated. Maybe you have a med spa. I would definitely want that feedback. If I have a med spa, I want them to feel that we are luxury, exceptional, and highly educated. They make Everybody feels so welcome. They're so friendly. Everybody there, they have great teamwork. They're known for hair extensions, or they're trendy and high energy. It's such a vibe. Like, I feel so excited every time I go there. I would hang out there all the time if I could. That, you guys, is branding. What it isn't is just the logo, your fonts, your colors, your aesthetic, just having a beautiful Instagram feed, your random promotions that really aren't consistent or tied to what you're known for necessarily. Um, Branding's not just copying what other salons do, and I think that's kind of a thing. We see like, oh, this salon's so cool. It's a vibe. I'm going to copy what they do, but then it's not really who you are. And sometimes finding your brand identity, what you're known for, can take a little time, and that's okay. But your operations should prove your brand to be true. And this ties into consistency when it comes to operations, because people trust consistency. If clients constantly experience the same standards, emotions, messaging, and atmosphere, your brand will become more memorable. Okay, decide what you want to be known for. Now, can you make a pivot? Maybe you're listening and you're like, we're 30 years old. This is how, we've been around for 30 years. This is what we're known for. Maybe you're fresh into this and you get to do, from the jump right now, what you want to be known for. But even if you've been in this 30 years, there is no, like, people reinvent themselves all the time. We joked about, like, look at Madonna, reinvent. We could look at so many people throughout history. Taylor Swift, consistently reinventing herself to be applicable and relevant, and like also staying authentically themselves as they go through change with different. And by the way, are you personally a totally different person today than you are 10 years ago? Yeah. If I look back 10 years, that is wildly different. And remember that when it was very popular on social media this year, where it was like, now it's 2026, let's show what we were doing in 2016. And that was so funny to me, because when I look back at the pictures, I was like, didn't feel like that long ago, but so much has changed. So you have my permission right now. If you're listening and you've been in this for a while, it is okay to decide today a fresh start of like, maybe we were known for this one thing, but now we want to be known like this. So here are the questions you're going to ask. What do you want people to consistently say about you? What are you going to be exceptionally good at? What feeling do you want clients to experience when they do business with you? What values matter most to you? What type of clientele are you trying to attract? What type of team are you trying to attract? And let me just remind you to keep it kiss, okay? Which is keep it super simple. Simplicity is genius. Simplicity is genius. So the strongest brands are known for a few things. They don't try to be everything for everybody. And I know the pressure of being a salon owner and thinking, well, this is the new trend. And if we're really cool, progressive salon, we're going to get on this trend. But you don't have to get on every new trend out there to be exceptional, to be well known, and to have a massive following and fan club of clientele that love you. Okay. So just don't let the new shiny penny rattle you or shake you into moving different. Now, if you want to be different, great. But this is your chance to hone in on what are those few things that you are going to be exceptionally well at and exceptionally known for. Examples, and this is very broad, is being a luxury experience. You know the marketplace you're in, for what city you're in, the type of clientele, the market, all of it. What would make your salon be the luxury salon? What would consumers love most? Is that what you love? When you think about walking into a salon and you're like, I want this type of experience myself, what does that look like? And how do you make that come to life on a regular, consistent basis at your business? Maybe it's having healthy hair expertise, or doing transformational colors or haircuts. I just I'm obsessed with this hair cutter who I believe is in Portugal. I can't remember, but I've seen him on TikTok, and he has probably, I think they're like 8-inch shears, and his whole shtick is taking women from long hair to short, sassy, highly textured, beautiful movement hair. And he can do anything from like long bobs to short crops. He is just so good. And I'm like, gosh, what would I pay if I were going to have a transformation haircut? What would I pay to have that experience? I would be the one to be like, if it's over $500, I might consider it, because I feel like this is going to be a once in a lifetime opportunity. Like, I get why people spend that much. You're going to pay with however much if you value it. And he does this one thing and he does it so freaking well. That's one thing. What are going to be your few things? Maybe it's being known for hospitality or wellness, having a wellness approach to everything you do, education, efficiency. That is a thing. I mean, we may not feel like we're aligned with some of those get in, get out quick and whatever haircut places, but there is a reason that they thrive, and there's a market for that, because you can be in and out and get this. You can have a predictable result, a consistently predictable result every time. Plus, we'll get you in and out within like 30 minutes. Okay. There is a place for that. Family friendly atmosphere maybe is going to be your approach. Elevated professionalism. There's just so many options. And you could make it also like, we literally just do, let's say, highly textured curly hair. There is such a need and market for that. So that would be very, very cool. If you are a spa or a nail salon, we just do Gel X nails here, or we just do XYZ at this salon. It could be the type of service you provide as well. And that is, look at, the riches are in the niches, you guys. Write this down. What do you want to be known for? Then write down, what are you currently known for? Is there a gap that exists in this of where you want to be and where you are today? That becomes your branding work. The gap is the work that now takes place. And it's not done by making the announcement. We send one email out. Guess what? We now offer this. This is what we're going to do. No, it is going to be repeatedly promoted. That is your marketing. You have to have consistent messaging, consistent visuals, consistent team buy-in and behavior, consistent standards and experiences for when customers come in. The strongest brands repeat themselves so often, people begin repeating it for them. Has your brand got to that level where you've said the same thing 100 different ways to the point where 100 people say who you are without you having to tell them who you are? Is that the messaging that is working? And it will take, branding is identifying who you are, what you want to be known for. Is everybody bought in? Is the behavior there? Is the consistency there? And then the messaging, right? Now that message goes everywhere. So now branding must exist everywhere. So online, this now has to be reflected on your website, all throughout the website. If you got blogs, your blog should be telling that same story 100 different ways. Now, if you've been listening to this podcast, every Thursday it's you and I might share leadership topics, and you're going to pull from every single one of my podcasts similar advice, but it's told in many different formats because a lot can be cross between them and applicable. So the point is, you'll never, ever, ever annoy, or people won't become bored or like, okay, we get it. You're beating a dead horse here. No, people will never get sick of hearing your same message. You're going to get tired of it well before any consumer is tired of it. Even your team, don't ever worry about that. You are affirming and reaffirming consistently who you are, what you're known for. It exists all throughout the website, all throughout your social media, whether that's Instagram, TikTok. It should be very relevant in your Google reviews. Have you ever looked through your Google reviews to say, gosh, here is what the majority of people are saying about us when they come in. And one of the things that makes my heart feel so good is that recurring theme for our Google reviews have been that everybody there is so nice. There's such teamwork. And I would see this person or this person. They talk a lot about the quality of the outcomes, the hair coloring experience. That stylist listened and really got it. And it was exactly what I was looking for. So you might see recurring themes there as well. This should also exist, all this messaging on who you are, what you're known for through emails. If you're not sending at least 3 emails per week, now, mind you, most businesses send, like when we think about the brands that have massive fan bases, they are sending up to 2 emails, maybe 3 emails per day. If you get, let's say, you buy Skims. Any of you like Skims? I'm kind of into the Skims Nike collab and some of those fits that are coming out. Because your girl's a little athleisure and I love it. Like a little urban athleisure girl. And I love it. Okay. So now I'm on their email list and I will get at least 2 emails per day from Skims. Okay. So if you're not sending 3 emails per week, you are out of sight, out of mind. And you don't have to come up with some new content every time. You say the same content 5 different ways. There is a way to do it. And by the way, AI is now here to help you. So there is no reason that you can't come up with rephrasing the story a whole other way and send out a marketing email about it. The online booking experience should reflect your brand. Any photography throughout any of these platforms should point to who you are, what you're known for. Marketing language is huge. You got to reinforce the same message over and over and over again. So if you say you're luxury, your website needs to look luxe. Okay. I've seen some websites that are not great. And by the way, I'm not going to say it publicly, but if you need top recommendation for website design that include real results for your SEO, come hit a girl up and I will tell you who to work with. Your front desk can't be disorganized if you say you're luxury. Your emails can't sound sloppy or look just like a newsletter. No, people are snoozing by the news. We're not reading your newsletters. The only newsletter I read is the monthly MedSpot newsletter because I'm like, ooh, is there going to be something that I would normally spend $1,000 on that might be a better deal right now? Like when I don't have, the hookup on, let's say, medical grade skincare, and I want to see if my place has something cool with that. Now I'm paying attention, but that's supply and demand. So what is the structure of your emails? It's got to look cool and be easy to consume, storytelling, all of it. Your pricing can't feel confused. If you're luxury, your pricing should be very clear and straightforward. And by the way, I think sometimes we're not clear because we're like a little insecure. What are people going to think? Are they going to think this is too much and not even booked to begin with? No. It's like this guy who I was watching who's like phenomenal at haircutting. I already assume this is going to be hundreds of dollars to get my haircut with him. Your brand exists and people are already going to have assumptions based on who you're telling them that you are. So don't shy away from the price point that reflects that worth. Everything either strengthens or weakens your brand. And then you take what you do off online or digital, you have to make sure it matches the in-salon experience. This is where many salons miss the opportunity. Your brand shows up everywhere. It's in your team meetings, your dress code, your consultation standards, the way you greet clients that walk through the door. Do they feel like a blessing that they're here or a burden that you have to pay attention to them and help them for a moment? You get that vibe, you catch that vibe in other places, don't you? What is it that you wish would happen when you walked in the door of a new place, right? Like that experience, it should be the experience people have consistently every single time they come to your business. In fact, what's your bathroom look like? I saw this meme once that said, how much a business cares about their customers based on what their bathrooms look like. Oh, check it and make sure it is checked upon on a regular basis. Music. Does your music reflect your brand? If you say that you're trendy, hot, and cool and like high vibes, high energy, and then you got some country playing. And I'm not dogging on country because I do like country music sometimes, right? There's certain song I'm like, this is it. This is the banger. But I'm not going to play country music while I'm doing hair. It's just not that is not in alignment for what I believe is the vibe for behind the chair. How does it smell? What are the scents tied to your brand? What are you offering for beverages? What's on your retail display? The posters that you have, the promotional QR codes and those graphics, signage, any promotions, seasonal campaigns, even events, you guys. Do the events that you're hosting make sense? Does this make sense for our brand? Your team behavior, the way you act on social, your community involvement, all should tie back to what your brand is known for. By the way, I do realize by saying all this that it can feel overwhelming. Pick a couple of these spots. Maybe it's the greeting and what they experience just when they first arrive and then when they leave. And that's all you focus on. And you make it the best it can be that's tied to your brand. That alone, remember, simplicity is genius. It's going to make an impact, and people are going to start talking about it positively over time. If your brand says luxury, but your team is gossiping at the front desk, your operations overpower your marketing. You do not want that. So you want to make sure that your operations match what your marketing and brand is saying about you. So community branding, talk about hosting events, supporting charities, collaborations. This was the first year that our team actually hired local influencers for our salons to have those collabs. And, it's fun. When you have influencers in your area, we don't say, here's what we're thinking. We say, you're the influencer. What would you like? If you come here and we're going to just take care of any services that you want, provide you with a bundle of products, we want you're the creative. That's why you're an influencer and you do awesome with social media. So you tell us the campaign you most kind of would be excited about, that you visualize, that you want to do. And we're going to be yes. We're going to be yes girls for that. And we're going to work with you on it. And owners, whomever is providing the service, we pay them out through the house. So they still get paid for their time and energy for that. And everybody shines the light. One of my stylists got a ton of new followers because a local influencer shared her visit, not just with our business, but with the stylist that took a great care of her. So it's such a gift all around. I just love it. I think it's so much fun. Now, that collab, when you're choosing your influencers, the influencer should make sense and be a good fit. And you're saying to yourself, this type of influencer, we want more people that are like them. She is or he is our perfect clientele. Oh, this is so fun. Here's the thing. People don't stay loyal to businesses. They stay loyal to identities and experiences they connect with. So when people are inside of the salon or a part of your community, is your brand known for being a place that they feel they have an identity and experience in that? Does your salon or spa reflect who they believe about themselves? It's a really powerful thing, branding. Here are my final thoughts, you guys. I want you to ask yourself, who are you known for today? Or like, what are you known for today? Who are you known to be? What are you known to be? Is that intentional right now? Would your team answer the same way? If you surveyed your team and said, you guys, what are the top 3 things we are known for? Nobody look around. Nobody ask what each other thinks. Just write it down. Write it down? And then you go around the room and you hear what people have to say. It'd be interesting to hear what would their feedback be. I think that's kind of a fun exercise for your next meeting. And would your clients answer the same way? Maybe sending out a survey to your clients and say, hey, when you think of our salon or our spa, what are the 3 things you would say about us to others? We're working on a branding project. And by the way, if you're very open and authentic, you're a small business owner, your community of clientele, they want to support you. They like you. They do business with you. If you're like, hey, we're working on a branding story and a marketing campaign, we really want to hear your feedback. If you were going to tell your friend 3 things about us, what would you tell them? And just see what is the feedback that comes back from that. The strongest salons and spas are built intentionally, repeatedly, and operationally, not just visually. Your brand is not what you say about your business. It's what people consistently experience and repeat about it. So branding is so fun. I hope that you took away some nuggets of this conversation that will help you with your marketing, branding, and operations. And if you really appreciate this platform, for you salon and spa owners and leaders, industry professionals, please take a moment, leave us a 5-star review wherever you're listening so that more people like you will discover Beyond the Technique, where we're here to change the way that you are supported in your business. Until next time, have an awesome day and stay strong.
Did you know over 60% of first-time clients do not return for a second visit? That is so painful, but it doesn't have to be that way. That's where Maya comes in. Maya is the ultimate marketing software for the beauty and wellness industry. We have a proprietary funnel utilizing special algorithms to help connect the right consumers with the right providers at your business. This means that Maya helps you get higher spending clients you love to work with who stay the long haul. If you want to increase your revenue, increase your client count, increase your average ticket, and increase your new client retention, then you need Maya. Go to joinmaya.com to set up your own personal virtual tour and see why over 500,000 consumers have trusted Maya and the businesses we work with to find their perfect beauty and wellness pro. We promise you will love Maya.